Have you ever asked yourself, how can I buy a used car that won't drain my wallet or stress me out? Well, today we're going to try and answer that question for you. This is part 2 of a series that we've started with our car shopping. So Meredith recently turned 16 and she's going to be in the market for a car here soon. So we're out test driving today. My wife found a 2013 Subaru Forester locally, so we're gonna go check that out. I think it meets basically all the requirements for what we're looking for. It's kind of in the right price range. It's got some of the amenities that Meredith wants, and mileage is reasonable. I think they're asking a little bit too much for it. So it's a 2013 Subaru Forester with about 145,000 miles on it, and they're asking $7,000 for it, which I think is high based on my check on KBB.com. So I think if we can get a decent deal on it and everything checks out on the test drive and everything, it might be the one. We'll see. So we're gonna go check it out, take it for a test drive, and hopefully we like it.
A few moments later.
Can you tell what it is?
It's like an oil leak. Okay, we just got done test driving the 2013 Subaru Forester, and well, I'll let Meredith tell you what she thought.
So, you're not gonna believe it, but we pulled over on the test drive and smoke started rolling out of the hood again.
Oh boy, yeah, you heard it, folks. We're just not having good luck with these Foresters lately, with these oil leaks or what have you. Now that being said, we talked to the owner of the dealership. He said the reason that it was smoking was because they had just replaced the valve cover gaskets. Apparently, the way these Subarus are built, that's a common occurrence, both with like the spark plug tubes where they have these grommet seals through the valve cover. That could leak, plus just the actual press and place seal for the gasket. So other than that, like, it's everything we want. So where I left it with the dealer was, I said, okay, we're gonna go check with my mechanic who specializes in Subarus and make an appointment to get it over to him, put it up on the lift and all that. As soon as we left that dealership, we stopped at Tim Hortons for some coffee, and I had called my mechanic just to tell him and see about making an appointment. Now, he advised us against the 2013 Foresters. He said that particular year is prone to burn oil, and last thing I want is a car with an oil consumption issue, because I don't want to be paying to dump oil in and have the hassle of having to check it every week or two. So he advised against the 2013. I trust him. I trust his advice. So the 2013 Subaru Forester is, It's no longer on the table. It's kaput. So we got to talking, and I guess he's back into selling cars. He and his son, the mechanic. So we're actually on our way there right now because he's, I think he said he's got 4 cars for sale right now. He thinks 2 of them are sold. The third one might be sold. He's got I think he said like 2015, 2016 Subaru Crosstrek, which wasn't even really on our radar, but there happened to be a Crosstrek sitting in the Tim Hortons parking lot that Meredith said, yeah, that's pretty nice. I wouldn't mind one of those. So I guess maybe now we're broadening our perspective and our choices from just being limited to a Honda CR-V, a Toyota RAV4, a Subaru Forester, and now maybe a Subaru Crosstrek, possibly even an Outback. We'll see. So this mechanic, when they buy cars, they go down south. So as you can see, I live here in the Rust Belt, and it is absolutely brutal on car bodies. So the fact that he goes down south to like Virginia and things like that to buy cars that's a big bonus. Now, one thing that he mentioned about this Crosstrek that we're going to look at, he wasn't sure if he'd still be there by the time we got there, so I told him just park it out front. And nice thing about knowing somebody and trusting them is, they'll do that sort of thing for you. So we're gonna go look at this blue Crosstrek. He did say he's not real happy with how the motor's running. Thinks maybe it's got a weak cylinder or something like that. So he said he's got another motor with like 122,000 miles in it that he would that he's planning on putting in it. Now most people would maybe be concerned with, okay, it's not the original motor, that's a bad deal. Honestly, for me, with this guy who's been working on Subarus basically his whole life, doesn't faze me a bit. I think that's maybe a good thing, even that it would have a motor with only 122,000 and a newer model year from what we were looking at. It's probably going to be maybe a little bit more than what our budget was, but who knows? We'll go check it out and see what we think. He said the color is blue, so I don't know, Meredith, does that work for you?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, we'll go check it out. All right, we just got done over at the mechanics. We really like the 2016 Crosstrek. As I mentioned, it does have like 160 some thousand miles on it, but he's got the extra motor. The extra motor with like 122, that's going in on Monday. Now, bad part is we think it might already be sold to somebody else. He's got to check with his son. He said he wasn't sure because he's like, they talk to a lot of people about a lot of cars, and he's not sure what kind of deal maybe his son has already made or not. But if nothing else, I think it was really good to go there, talk to him, and let him know what we're looking for. Because he does spend a lot of time kind of looking on the internet, looking at cars down in Virginia. I think he said that one maybe came from Chantilly, Virginia, to get us out of the Rust Belt here. But Meredith sat in the Crosstrek, and she's pretty tall at 5'11". My worry with the Crosstrek was that maybe it would be too small, but having sat in it, now we know that that's not going to be an issue. So I guess the Crosstrek's on the table. He did say what he would recommend probably for her would be a Crosstrek. It's what his wife drives. In fact, the Crosstrek, I think he just said, seems to be a lot more reliable. I kind of asked him flat out, like, well, okay, so why do you recommend a Crosstrek over Outback or Forester or a Legacy or anything like that. And he said, well, generally I don't have to throw parts at them as much, which for me is a big deal. Certainly don't want something that's gonna nickel and dime me. Don't want to, as I mentioned in the title of the video, don't want to drain my wallet, and I don't want something that's gonna stress me out. Like if Meredith decides that she does want to go to college, I don't want to get a phone call saying, Dad, my car's broke down, come help me. Which of course I would. Oh, we better stop here. We got a hay bale in the road. Okay, sorry about that. That's one of the challenges with driving through the country, I guess, is sometimes you'll run into a hay bale. Somebody's probably missing that, so I just propped it up on the side of the road, thinking that maybe they'll come back later when they get home and they'll say, "Oh shit, I'm missing a hay bale," and then they'll come back looking for it. So, anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about. What were we talking about? Whoa, forgot where I was for a second there. I didn't expect to have to stop for a freaking hay bale on the road. So yeah, that's kind of interesting because now we're interested in Crosstreks, and the big deal is that we're not in a rush. And in talking to the mechanic, he said that's huge. Because if you're not in a rush to go buy a car, you can take your time, you can get the best value, which talking to him, it's like you want to get the newest model year that your budget can afford. He said, pay more attention to model year even more than the mileage, which I thought was great advice because, like he said, you know, the newer cars are just more reliable. And for me, that's huge because, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I said, when Meredith's at college, I don't want to get a phone call that says, Dad, I'm broke down, even though, yeah, I'll go help her out. But if she's 3 hours away or 3 states away, like that's going to be a hassle. So that's why we named this video, how to buy a used car without draining your wallet or stressing you out. So, I think that's where we're at. Yeah, we got to call the other dealership, tell them hard no on the 2013 Forester. And honestly, I think we're gonna avoid that dealership altogether and just kind of see what we can find through our mechanic. Okay, well, anyways, I think that covers everything. This was part 2. If you're interested in seeing the part 1 video, make sure you click on the link down in the description. It's been great car shopping with you all today. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hopefully we'll be coming at you with part 3 here soon. Once for sure we found the one. All right, we'll see you in the next one.